Back at you with another episode of Deep True Crime. If you were on this morning, those were updates. Now we have a couple more updates. Again, the main update is still not available. Did we catch Brian? Still haven't caught Brian. He is still hiding, on the run, missing, whatever you want to refer to that as. He's still a wanted man. He's still missing. And so we hope that we can find this guy sometime in the near future, right? Like, he has been MIA like no other. They've scoured the Carlton Reserve. No one knows where this dude is at. Now they have Dog the Bounty Hunter on it. No one knows where he's at. There's a $30,000 reward. No one knows where he's at. And that's the question that remains. Where is Brian Laundrie? Nobody knows. And that's the sickening part. Nobody knows where this guy is at. And so we're left trying to figure it out. And excuse me, I'm live, as we can tell. And so for some reason, this title is not coming in right. And so I'm trying to fix that real quick while I'm doing this live. But for some reason, my title is not accurate on there. But anyway, the question remains, where is Brian? And so we're going to hit on that and hopefully find some answers. And my first thing is, do you know where he's at? Because if you know where he's at, I would love to know. But here's the reason why a lot of people may not be talking. Number one, he has done a great job of hiding out. No question about that. What he's not doing a great job of is coming clean. Because again, nobody knows where he's at. And so we are sitting here hoping and counting down the time that we can find this. He is definitely a wanted man. No question about that. He is a wanted man. What we don't know is, where is Brian? We need to find Brian. Why can't I save that? And so my thought process is, it's just a matter of time before he comes out of hiding or he's found dead because he couldn't handle the heat. I personally hope he comes out and gets put to justice. We want justice for Gabby. And so that's why I'm hoping they find this fool. No one knows where he's at. Simply put, no one knows where he's at. And so now the latest development is, did his sister lie? Did his sister lie? Okay, here is a picture of his sister. And so now we're wondering, did his sister lie? Okay, so here's what's come about. Brian's attorney says that she was camping with them. She spent the day down there camping with them. Probably because it was going to be the last time anyone really saw him. Again, that's just my take on it. That's just my take on it. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So, in mid-September, she shared in an interview that she had not spoken with her brother Brian since he returned to Florida. So basically, the day that he returned, she spoke to him. But since then, she had not spoken to him. Okay? Now, during this interview, just days before Petito's body was found, in Wyoming, Cassie said she and her family wanted Petito to be found safe. Like she didn't know what was going on. After Petito's body was found, Cassie shared some postcard photos, and she, acting like that she received these from Gabby herself. And so I'm sharing some of the postcards on the screen here. And so she said that she got these postcards from Gabby. Okay? She said she got these postcards from Gabby. And now the internet sleuths, people who are really digging into this, they believe that this was not Gabby's handwriting. And you know what? Here's the truth. Even though it's the internet and you can't believe everything on the internet, some of these people become experts and they don't even know how great they are at this. And so a lot of people, the online detectives, the internet sleuths, are saying this is not Gabby Petito's handwriting. I don't know if that's true or not. But she did say that she received these postcards from Gabby. That's what she said. Okay? But the internet sleuths say otherwise. Okay? So, and here's the thing. Don't play with the internet sleuths. As you guys know, Riley Lively, she shared how one of these people, now she was the detective in this, not a real detective, but she played a detective for a little while in this particular case. And she found out that this Joseph Morris had created this lie. And again, his YouTube channel is taken off thanks to some of his lies that he was spreading. He even laughed about it on a Zoom interview where his friends or whatever were calling him out while recording his response. It's not friendly. I understand we want our YouTube channels to take off, blah, 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 whatever, but we don't need to lie about stuff. We don't need to create a lie so that we can share that lie. That's what Joseph Morris did. And so the latest clue detected by the internet sleuths seemed to be that the postcards allegedly sent by the 22-year-old, which is Gabby. She was 22 when she passed. And so they're saying there's some discrepancies that they noticed about the handwriting of the postcard. And so they believe that it was not written by Gabby, instead that it was written by Brian. I don't know if this is true or not. The news is sharing this, so I'm sharing it with you as well. Okay? Now, I'm not a handwriting detective. I don't study handwriting analysis or anything like that. What I am sharing is this new development. And so, the cards were presented to ABC News by Cassie herself, and they were signed Aunt Gabby. Let's be very clear here. They were not married. So she was not their aunt. But that doesn't mean that this is a lie. Okay? That doesn't mean that because they said Aunt Gabby that it makes it a lie. No, it does not. Okay? But the internet, the users, the social media people, they believe that this was actually written by Brian himself after Gabby's death. Now there are some differences in the handwriting between the two. Some of the cards do not appear to have postage on it, so take it with a grain of salt, okay? In an interview with Good Morning America, Cassie said she hadn't spoken to Brian after he had returned alone without Gabby when he returned in September. And so Brian has reportedly not been seen since September 14th. So this led police to search the nearby Carlton Reserve because that's where Roberta and Christopher Laundrie, the parents of Brian, said that he was at. That's where they said he was last going. No one knows whether this is true or not. They have not found anything that has said, yes, he was in Carlton Reserve. I don't think he was in Carlton Reserve. My personal, and this is just me, my personal thought is when they went camping together, and this is where Cassie was last known to see Brian as well, that's when they said their goodbyes to him because they didn't know when they were going to see him again. And my thought process is someone's going to slip up. Someone's going to slip up and hopefully get some real answers so that we can find justice for Gabby. And so the internet is reporting that Brian wrote even Gabby's final Instagram posts. Again, no one knows if this is true. Let's be very, very clear. Nobody knows if if these things are true. Whether he wrote this stuff or not, or anything along those lines, no one really knows. Okay? And a lot of what she wrote, people are like, that's not like her. That's not like her. The text she sent her mom, the last text, that didn't sound like her. Okay? So we'll see as more develops in that particular story, now that Cassie has been considered to be caught in a lie. Now, here's the truth. Here's the truth, my friends. Truth is, maybe she misunderstood the question. That's what the attorney for Brian is saying now. They're saying that, she misunderstood the question. And so it's like, she said, I haven't talked to him, which was, whether she meant that recently that she hadn't talked to him. And so, no one knows. But when they went camping, apparently Cassie went camping too for one day. So Cassie tells ABC News in September, now we're in October, I haven't been able to talk to him. I wish I could talk to him. So at that moment when they ask him, then yes, I wish I could talk to him right now. That's a fair statement, right? That's a fair statement, I would say. She wants to talk to him right now. She hopes he gets found. No one knows. Okay? So we don't know all of that. Truth is, the question is, can you trust her now? Can you trust Cassie? Cassie is short for Cassandra. Because truth is, she was quick to come out to the news and say something, right? To say she knew nothing and that she wanted Gabby to be found. She put herself into the situation. Why would she do that? Did she just want to look like a good family member? Don't point fingers at me? I don't know. She claimed that Gabby has been in her life for 2 years and that her kids loved her. Remember that interview? They loved Gabby. And she claims that she didn't talk to Brian at all since he got home. Which, I thought the question was clear. Have you spoke to him? I haven't spoke to him since he came home. Only come to find out that you actually went there and spent the night there camping with them. Right? Why didn't she say anything? Why didn't anyone say anything about this camping that they all went on as a big old family when everyone was looking for Gabby? When the family was blowing up their phones looking for Gabby, why didn't anyone say, hey, yeah, we went camping with Brian? No one said that. Until all these tips started coming in, until they find that they were in DeSoto, no one was saying anything. So she's saying that she hasn't spoken to Brian at all since he got home, and that she's finding out things about this case along with everyone else. Was she close to her family? I'm guessing she was. I'm guessing she knew a little more than she's leading on to. But why did she willingly give this interview? To kind of take her away from the situation? Honestly, that's a little confusing on its own. So, she's also saying that she also claims that she knows that the lawyers advised that no one says anything, right? But why would she know that and not anything else about what's going on? Yeah, I know my family, the lawyer said don't say anything, but I don't know anything else. You know, again, she could be guessing. She could be just, you know, assuming and stuff like that. That stuff happens. So, you know, I don't know. That remains to be seen. And then you can see that she mentions about being a mother and protecting her children. But why aren't you talking about this young lady who's missing? It sounds like she was more focused on protecting Brian more than finding Gabby. I don't know. Maybe she already knew that Gabby was dead. Right? Maybe she already knew that Brian was dead. I mean, that remains to be seen. Right? Because this interview was published on September 17th. You know? And she says, I haven't spoken to my brother since he got back September 1st. But according to the Laundrie's attorney, Cassandra Laundrie saw Brian, 5 days later on September 6th when they all went camping. So we'll see. But there's some conflict right there. There's some conflict right there. And notice as soon as Gabby's death was announced, she shared the postcards that Gabby sent to her kids. You know? It's almost like she's trying to make herself look good overall. Hey, leave me out of this. I want her to be found. I know nothing. Well, guess what? Roberta and Christopher, your mom and dad knew something. There's no doubt in my mind those parents knew something. Convince me otherwise. I don't even believe a word they say anymore. I don't believe a word they say anymore. Right? So, the question is, was she lying? Was she lying? I wonder what the kids would say. I wonder what Cassie's kids would say. Now, I don't know if these postcards were from Brian. I don't know the date on them. I don't know. Apparently, there's no postage on them. Right? So, what if Brian was hiding out in her house because there was no search warrant that needed anyone to go in? So, my thought, they gave Brian time to hide, get away, run, do whatever. They bought that guy some time. Literally, they bought some time for him. And if they all went camping, why did they go camping? Now, granted, people do things that, may be out of the ordinary, and it turns out to be factual. But let's think about this. They knew Gabby was missing. They knew Brian was home and Gabby was missing. They knew that the Petito family, mom, dad even showed up at the home. They knew that, where is this girl? Everyone's looking for him. Well, we better not talk because we know something and we don't want to say anything. So why were they camping instead of spending time looking for her? Why? Because they knew something. They had to know something. They had to know something. Right? Because why else wouldn't they be looking for her? Why else wouldn't they be looking for her? And so here we are. She says, I haven't seen him since September 1st. Come to find out that she might have seen him 2 times since. 2 times. 2 times that she's apparently seen him. So my thought process is, because Cassie was at the DeSoto Fort Park, she was there to say bye to him before he disappeared. Before he disappeared, she knew what was going on. She knew what was going on. I mean, she had to know, right? She had to know what was going on, because why else would she even be there for one day? Now, it's not out of the ordinary to go and camp for one day. Not out of the ordinary at all. Okay? Definitely not saying anything like that. People go camp one day and leave. Leave. Right? So, why? Cassie has kids. What if one of her kids went missing? How would she handle that? How would she feel if she was Petito's mom? How would she feel? Right? How would she feel if she was Petito's mom? Thomas says, because at that time she wasn't missing, and he probably told them a story that made sense to the family as to why she didn't come home. Okay. I mean, that's reasonable. That's definitely a reasonable comment. But to not answer any questions at all, to be completely in the closet about the whole thing, that is definitely a possibility. That's a possibility. I mean, you definitely can't write that off. That's definitely a possibility, Thomas. And it's a great question. Okay? He could have fed them anything. But to right away say, speak to our attorney, to right away say, speak to our attorney, Brian's not going to talk. Here's my thought process. When they went to the house and knocked, I don't think he was there. I think he knew it was just a matter of time. Hey, they're blowing up my phone. Oh my God, another missed call. Oh my God. The family, I can't answer. Why wouldn't you answer? Because there's something there. That's my thought process, Thomas. I appreciate your comment big time. And I think that is truth is, Mama Bear's gonna protect, right? And so we're left wondering, what else is there to protect? Why don't more people come out? And another thing that keeps coming up, and you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments about this. But police continue to receive thousands of tips that Brian Laundrie may be hiding in the Appalachian Trail. Why would they think that? Why would they think that and there not be more evidence around that? My thought process is because he was seen with an Appalachian t-shirt, and so people are just tying it to that. But North Carolina, the authorities there, they're investigating all of these tips. Okay? They are investigating these tips. Because truth is, you gotta fine comb tune this thing, right? Or whatever that's supposed to be. You gotta, if you're getting a lot of tips, literally they're talking about like over 2,000 tips about him being in Appalachian Trail. Okay, all right. And so, okay, they received half a dozen tips. I'm way off on the number. And so, do you think he's in the Appalachian Trail? If they're getting tips that he's in the Appalachian Trail, where's this tip coming from? How credible is this tip? Why are they thinking he's there? Now, we know that he's a survivalist. He knows how to survive. He said he he bragged about being in the wilderness for 6 weeks, living on cheese, peanut butter, and crackers. Okay? Me personally, the bugs would have eaten me up. I cannot go out without the bugs attacking me in the summer. But what's his deal? What's going on there? Like, how does he know how to do this? I don't know. And then, you know, they have proof that he bought a phone from AT&T. Was it named? Was it registered in his name? That's curiosity too. But one man hiding out in the wilderness and no one comes across him at all. Sure, there's sightings. There were sightings of him being on the plane. There were sightings of him being in Canada. Where else was he sighted in being? If my guess, like, why wouldn't he just go to Alaska? They can't comb that place. They don't have enough resources to comb that place. So there's so many unanswered questions. There's so many unanswered questions. But do you think he's in the Appalachian Trail? Why would he? I guess I know why he would be there. But why are all these tips coming in and no one's got proof? But that's just how it goes, right? That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. And so, did Cassie lie? Is he an Appalachian Trail? And so we have to continue to hope we find something on this, Brian Laundrie. And so little by little, we're just trying to keep updated on this. And my biggest thing that I keep going is, did they find him? Did they find him? Did they find him? That's what I keep hoping for is, did they find him? Did they find him? But they don't. But they don't. So now he's a fugitive on the run. Unfortunately, he's a fugitive because he's wanted for using a Capital One debit card and using the PIN number. I don't know why they don't just confirm that's her debit card. Because why else? You're not going to put a warrant out for him. But there's still they're not saying that this is her card. Why? Why are they not saying that? Who else? Whose other PIN would he have if it's not his? So again, we're left speculating because they don't want to just say this is his debit card. And I get it. There are going to be things that they know they can't tell us. There's going to be stuff that the FBI know that they can't share with us. And the reason being is because they need this for their later interrogation. Right? That makes sense. And so the thing with these postcards that I shared earlier, this was hand delivered from Brian. Apparently, these were hand delivered, and that's why there's no postage. What do you guys think about that? Why would they be hand delivered? And, maybe she did write it, but didn't mail them. Right? That's always a possibility. But then why give it? That's creepy. Even if she did write it and you killed her, I believe you killed her, obviously. Let's make it very clear. He's not wanted for killing her. He's just a person of interest. Let's make that very clear. He's not wanted for killing her. He's just a person of interest. And so, at the end of the day, what has happened? This was hand delivered, and in here, she refers to him as Uncle Brian. Now, though I do appreciate a lot of what the internet sleuths come up with, doesn't mean that they're right about everything. This could very well be her handwriting. I haven't done it. I haven't done it yet. I haven't studied it. I'm not going to study it. If I saw a quick discrepancy, great. But do you think that the sister's involved? Do you think that the sister's involved, or at least knows something? So what do you think? Is it time to search her home? Is it time to search Cassie's home? Is he hiding in her home? I don't think so. I don't think so. Some people have brought that up, but I don't think so. I don't think so. But what we do know is that the family spent the weekend, couple days, in Cassie's case, 1 day. Did she take her kids to say bye to Uncle Brian? Probably not, because that would be some testimony that they can get out of kids. They can get out of kids. So maybe she didn't take them down there because she knew this was the last time I'll get to see my brother for a while. Hopefully till he's behind bars. But now that we know that Cassie has talked to her brother days leading up to her disappearance, to his disappearance, what does she really know? How much does she really know? And that's according to the attorney. To his knowledge, Cassie went there for a day. I don't trust her. I don't trust any of the Laundries right now because they all seem like they're willing to do whatever it takes to protect one another. I mean, as soon as he got back to Florida, he stopped at his sister's home. Like, really? Okay, you got to Florida in her van. You stopped at your sister's home. Really? Now, I believe today they were at her home. Maybe today or yesterday they were at her home. And so, and this is Cassie right here. They apparently were at her home. Let's see. Let's show you the home a little bit there. There we go. So this is her home here. That's her home there. And I believe they were at her home. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this? Do you think she has anything to do with it? Now, her house has a lot of security cameras. So I'm guessing she probably always had the security cameras, but I don't know. Maybe she installed them afterwards, trying to like, oh, I better protect myself because people are going to be coming at my door since they're blowing up my parents' home. They're standing out there with bullhorns all the time. I truly believe that on the 6th is when they were helping him get out of town. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. And then to come to find out that Cassie visited it as well. I wonder how they found that part out. Because she didn't say that, I don't think. What do you guys think? What do you think? My friends, I'm Manny Rodriguez. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. And if you were on this morning, thank you as well. Hey, please hit that like button. That way YouTube will show it to more people because we need to keep the eyeballs on this story before it starts fading away. And then before you know it, he's on the run forever and a fugitive forever just for a debit card. Right? That's all he's a fugitive for right now. For using a debit card that didn't belong to him. By all accounts, it belonged to Gabby, but no one's saying that. So please, hit that like button. Tell YouTube, show this to more people. And hey, if you got some value from this and you're a fan of true crime and you want to keep going deep, that's why I'm doing this. Because I want to go deep in true crime and show you the ins and outs. Okay? And keep you updated on stories that do not need to fade away from the stories. I'm Manny Rodriguez with Deep True Crime, and I look forward to serving you guys again. Go out there, make it a great day, put some smiles on people's faces, and if you are a person of prayer and faith, please say a prayer that we bring justice for Gabby. Hashtag justice for Gabby. My friends, I'm Manny Rodriguez, and I look forward to serving you again. Have an amazing day. I love you guys. See you soon.